Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to the video, and today we're playing Roblox Arsenal. So this is tip number 5, I think, or 6, I can't remember, which is learning that aim isn't everything. I know the game's very much based on getting your aim right and hitting headshots, but you could give someone with no game sense the best aim in the world. I'm talking Draco. And then you could have someone with amazing game sense with terrible aim. Person with amazing game sense would probably still win, because because you can sit on a corner and beam everyone headshots all the time, you're not gonna know when to hide and stuff, and you're just basically putting yourself at a disadvantage. So you've got to know when to stop shooting, when to start shooting, when to hide, when to not hide, and all that other stuff. Like it's something you automatically get better at. It's you get better. Probably I'm gonna say you don't stop getting better at it till played this game for a long time. Probably longer than me. So maybe 5 years plus. But basically, say if I was sat up there where that green bit is, and I had decent gun. Say I was sat up there, they're gonna spawn over there. But then if I was getting beamed, I wouldn't want to just sit out and keep shooting. I'd want to go hide away. Same with running about. It's good to carry your knife, but you don't want to basically live with your knife equipped. That's just going to put you at a disadvantage going into fights. Why did I switch off that gun? Alright, there we go. Basically, if you're fighting someone and you get low, and they're low, even if they're low as well, don't think that you're going to hit every shot to be able to kill them. Because realistically, when you're in that situation, even happens to me, it's just the stress. It even though you should win the fight, it your brain is crazy thing. It can make you think that you're gonna lose the fight, and then you end up just losing it because you're being really conscious about your aim, and that you're hitting shots to the point where you don't actually shoot. You just spend ages lining up shots, and once that's set in, you're basically done for. You could be having the best game of your life. You probably aren't going to be able to get over the fact that basically the second you start overthinking things, you're done for. And this guy is he's just got a good weapon, and he's just sat up there. And he probably is until he runs out of ammo. Or until he dies. No one can kill him. Because he's got good game sense. Every time he gets weak, he hides. And every time he's not weak, he comes back out. Which is what, even I struggle with. I'm not going to try hide it. I struggle with it. It's something that gets better the more you accept that you're not the best in the world. Once you're not accepting that you're the best in the world, things start becoming more real, and you start accepting that you're not going to win every fight. You're going to lose some, and it's just a case of knowing when to hide, when to fight, and stuff like really, like, while I'm salt here, if they're spawning there, I want to be, like, over this side to heal. Now that I've healed, not too much, but a bit, since I've got, like, a really good gun, I can get back out, maybe move around a bit, and like, it's just a case of knowing where people are, and then remembering that information, so that when you're moving around, you aren't exposing yourself for them to kill you. And it gets even harder, like, if you're playing competitive servers, because other people do that in competitive servers, and they start to recognize where you are and your movement style. And they'll pick up on it like way quicker than you. And it's just a case of knowing where your enemy is and keeping like track of them at all times. It's almost like having in-game footsteps. Now, I'm not saying like go turn your volume up like max, just so you know where people are, but don't have you like volume's a really big thing in like knowing where people are. I don't play with particularly high volume. If I'm gonna be honest, most of the time I don't even listen to the sounds of like where people are. But it just helps like getting used to everything and like getting used to like movement of players. Like most I'd say 0 to like 30, maybe 50. They all move pretty similar. Like they all don't have their knife out. Um, they all don't crouch. They just run about with their gun, even really slowly, and it's just like, yeah. And then 31 to I'd say like maybe 70. You've got like starting to crouch, and then 100 to no, like 71 to maybe like 110. It's like they're overusing everything, so they become too predictable. And then 110 onwards, I'd say that's when you've got like your movement right. But there are still other aspects that you could work on, and then you start overthinking things, and it just starts like again. It's just a process of like getting your game sense down to a point where, and like game sense and movement down to a point where you can like have a bad game, but it isn't bad in terms of like other people. So the guy in probably like the middle of the leaderboard, maybe like Puddle, by the way, is probably, I'm gonna say, thinking they're having a good game. They are, maybe they might be having a bad game. This is probably a bad game for me as well. But once you get to a certain point, and like game sense gets to a certain point, your bad games start becoming like other people's good games, and then their bad games become like really bad games, and it's just a case of getting to know where people are and like just keeping tabs on everyone at all times. I know that might sound hard, like because you've got like, let's have a look, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 people, like all on the opposite team that you've got to keep track of. Like you're killing them, they're respawning, could be spawning halfway across the map from you. That's also part of knowing spawns. You want to know spawns, so when you kill someone and like the other 3 or 2 spawns are contested, and like the other 2, 3 spawns are behind you, that's the point that you want to get to where you know that they're going to spawn there, so you can move to trap them there. Well, I think that is going to do it for this video, so I hope you have enjoyed, and if you have, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.